Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Mental health awareness is growing, but there's still progress to be made. 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say that they have avoided seeking mental health support due to fear of judgment. When people hesitate to get help, it doesn't just affect them, it impacts families, workplaces, and entire communities. This Mental Health Awareness Month, let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma. The world is better when people are healthy and happy, my friends. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. We're all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/genius to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/genius. Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Square. Yes, they are supporting this pod, so I support them. Your all-in-one tool to sell, manage, and grow your business. Listen, whether you're running a cafe, a boutique, or just getting started, Square makes it easy. Their hardware looks great. The software is super intuitive, and everything from payments to inventory is all in one place. And honestly, if you walk into a business and you know and you see them using Square, you already know they got it down because it just works. It's so freaking convenient. Square keeps up so you don't have to slow down. Get everything you need to run and grow your business without any long-term commitments. And why wait? Right now you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/genius. That's SQARE.com/GO/genius. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today. Like the people who are writing in those comments, right? So she already won the civil case, right? So she got her 100 million or whatever that it is, whatever she got cut off. Now, if it was just for the money, this is where she takes it and she could disappear.
Yeah.
People don't ever have to bring up the fact that she was into these like weird sex parties or whatever. But now that she has to do this, she has to go in and recount every fucking thing that happened and everybody gets to hear it. The most embarrassing. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. We have Ed Park, VP, in the house. Thank you guys for watching. If you are listening to this, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and then share it to everybody else. If Diddy asked you to party, you got to tell him no. Shout outs to Diddy, huh? You a fucking demon. The amount of like facial mass that's in the middle of his face is unreal, dude. He has so much meat around here, but everything is like right in the center, which is a sign of being.
He has a small face on a big head.
Yes, exactly.
Right? I always felt that was like what's going on with his chin too, by the way.
I think he's just
looks like he's doing this.
His inside is coming out to his outside, right. Man. Dude, this whole thing. Okay, so this trial has been going on for a while. He's in jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
The trial started.
Yeah. And there's so much shit that's coming out. It's kind of the Diddy parties are 10 times more horrific than what I thought it was, right? Because now at this point, Cassie is doing a tell-all thing, which is kind of getting messy because she is with somebody right now.
Yeah.
Right? And he has to hear all this shit.
You know, the opening statement itself too was so much worse than I thought. I think because of all the jokes we were making.
Yeah.
To the point where I was like, oh, all that shit I said about Jennifer Lopez, she might be a victim. I mean, like, she was in Cassie's shoes for a bit, too, you know, back in the 90s.
The only reason why I don't think J-Lo was a victim is because J-Lo, in my personal opinion, is when he hooked up, when Cassie and him were together, Cassie was almost like his property, right? Because she was a budding star. J-Lo's established, and she has way more power, in my personal opinion, than Diddy does. Right? So it's not something he could muscle her with.
I think, but that's the thing. I think Diddy was the one that made J-Lo a pop singer, because she was an actress first.
That's right.
She wasn't a singer. And then Diddy was the one that got all of these demos of other people's songs and put.
That's right. That's right. It's hard to say, right? You know, when you saw that clip of Cassie just getting her ass beat by him, right? Which apparently happened. Obviously, if you've seen it once in video, how many times did that happen? Right? That's the real question.
Yeah. And she literally on the stand was saying too many to count. She's been kicked by him, punched by him, thrown by him, way.
You know what was pretty insane too? It was the guy who was the escort that was hired to have sex with Cassie, and all the stuff that he was listing that he had to do, and then it got to a point where he said he had erectile dysfunction, which he said I've never had, because of what he witnessed that he was doing to Cassie. Like he witnessed Diddy beat the shit out of her, and he was supposed to have sex with her after.
Yeah.
And he had erectile dysfunction. He said he couldn't get it up, and he said that has never happened to him before, and it just fucked with his brain.
Yeah.
And the people were asking, obviously they're asking, well, why didn't you say anything? He goes, I'm scared that this guy could have killed me.
Yeah.
Like, which is really true. Like if I'm putting myself in his position, it's like, would you say anything in fear for your life? Right? Because he's bold and he's rich and powerful enough to do that in front of somebody to the point where he doesn't even give a fuck that he's in the room. Where he's like, well, say something. Like, I'll literally erase you from this fucking world.
Yeah.
So what do you fucking do, right?
I mean, after this trial, isn't he up for the murder of Tupac too?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, the guy who shot Tupac, finally was arrested, right?
Yeah, because he wrote a book.
He wrote a book. He went on like all these podcasts, wanted to get semi-famous, and in doing that, got himself arrested.
Yeah.
And then all of the prosecution is basically, well, not prosecution, his defense, whatever he has to say, is that Diddy paid him. Diddy paid him $1 million.
Damn.
To kill Tupac.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. And then the rumors are swirling that Diddy also killed Biggie. Because Biggie's contract with Bad Boys was going to end. And something about he was like owning the publishing rights to the songs.
Dude, that's fucking evil, dude.
Yeah, like that kind of evil. But then you hear this testimony from Cassie, like he sounds capable.
Yeah.
Doing some of this crazy shit.
Like, I wonder... what's so interesting, because that rumor about Diddy killing Tupac has been around for a very long time. Forever.
Since it happened.
And nobody kind of really paid too much attention to it, even though I feel like a lot of us felt that it was real, but there's no substantive truth to it, right? Or any evidence. I think for me, that one that threw me off was when Eminem, he put it in a song.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, what the fuck was that? Yeah. Out of nowhere. And I'm like...
And then it kind of sticks.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
I think for the newer, younger generation, when they heard that line, they're like, oh, did he actually kill Tupac? But that's something like our generation already kind of assumed for the longest time.
Yeah, that's another thing for our generation when we lived through the death of Tupac and Biggie. And everyone else just, like Gen Z especially, they don't know anything about that.
They were so iconic in terms of like, even people who didn't really listen to like hip hop or like were involved in the scene.
They knew them. They were known. Their household name.
They had us throwing up like West Side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a fucking like, like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. I'm like, West Side? I'm like, my mom's like, boy, I go.
Yeah, go boy.
What is this? What is this?
It's a W.
Yeah, it's a W. West Side. I remember as a kid, I couldn't do this without using my fingers. So I would practice it every day in my room. I was like, I got to throw up the West Side.
West Side? Like, West Side in Seattle? The University of Washington? They adopted it.
Yeah.
They go like this too.
Gang, dude. Yeah. West Side.
West Side. But yeah, I mean, the Diddy stuff though, he's like, they're calling him the hip hop Epstein.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably worse.
Sounds like worse. He set up a load of blackmail. He recorded all these crazy parties.
Freak-offs.
Yeah. And his defense right now is that Cassie was complacent. All these
or
people,
complicit, yeah.
Yeah, like complicit, like with all of the shit that was going on, they were in on it too.
There was something. Well, here's the thing too. You can be like sexually complicit to a certain extent because nobody knows what happens behind closed doors, right? You could want to fuck or whatever,
yeah.
But then I guess there was one part that I don't want to yuck somebody's yum, right? But what I'm saying is like she has like her own like sexual perversions, right? She asked to get her mouth pissed in by by the escort. Like that was like something that she enjoyed or something.
Okay.
Fact check me on that. I think I read that. I was reading through it pretty fast.
Fact check that? You're gonna ruin your Google algorithm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Does Cassie like being peed in?
Yeah. Put that in your Google search and then leave it in the search engine for a while.
Yeah.
But there was something about that to an extent, right? So there are people who are like, well, she sounded like she wanted it. Okay, well, people out in the crowd who's writing this type of shit, right? Have you ever had sex where you wanted to go up to a certain step, but then your partner was asking too much where you didn't want to do it? That's also applies here too, right? Like I said, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But she could talk about the stuff that obviously you're saying she was like complicit in getting her ass beat. Like she was like, yeah, please sock me in my mouth one more time. Is that what you're saying? Because that'd be fucking wild. Right. So I don't understand. It's weird because sometimes there's like these comments where, well, people write it where they're trying to like their best to vilify the victim as much as possible, right? Rather than kind of looking at it from a lens and perspective of like, oh, this person went through a lot. Let's kind of hear out what's happening, right? But immediately they hear that, they go, well, she wanted to get her mouth pissed in, so clearly she just wanted everything.
Right. I mean, the thing is, like, what is Diddy on trial for?
Yeah.
Right. They already settled the civil lawsuit between him and Cassie. He paid her $100 million.
Yeah.
Right. But what's happening now is that the state and federal government has arrested Diddy.
Yeah.
And he's on trial for sex trafficking right now.
Yeah.
Right. And so these testimonies are of the actions of Diddy's extortion, blackmail, and sex trafficking things, and drug trafficking as well.
Yeah.
That's what the trial is about. But then that's the hardest part about someone, and that you got to hand it to Cassie, where this is 2 times now that she has to speak on this publicly, you know, and she's willing to stand up there and speak on this. And so you have to hand it to her for that kind of bravery.
Because mind you, she doesn't have to, because she already won the civil case.
Yes.
Like, because the other argument too that people are saying is like she's just in it for the money. She already got the money.
Money now. This guy needs to be in jail.
Yeah,
that's what he's dangerous.
Because you have to understand this, just to kind of give you guys this perspective. The people who are writing in those comments, right? So she already won the civil case, right? So she got her $100 million or whatever that it is, whatever she got cut off. Now, if it was just for the money, this is where she takes it and she could disappear.
Yeah.
People don't ever have to bring up the fact that she was into these like weird sex parties or whatever. But now that she has to do this, she has to go in and recount every fucking thing that happened, and everybody gets to hear it. The most embarrassing, humiliating shit. She already has the money. She does not have to do this.
Yeah.
But there's something about this man that she wants him to go away for the rest of his fucking life, that she is willing to stake her reputation and relive this nightmare all over again.
Justice.
That's why I'm inclined to believe everything she's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because what is her incentive now other than that this guy has to go away?
Right.
The money's gone. She has it now. She could literally disappear, which reminds me of this thing too, which I know has nothing to do with this, but have you ever been asked, like, would you suck a dick for like $20 million?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Easy. You know why? Because people will forget. Mm-hmm. People will forget.
Yeah.
I realized this when Logan Paul recorded the Japanese guy, the Suicide Force thing. Nobody remembers. And that's pretty heinous. And I'm pretty sure people will forget that I sucked a dick.
Right.
And I'll have $20 million. When I asked that to somebody, they go, nah, that shit gay. I know it's gay. It's $20 million. Untaxed. This is my world, by the way. It's untaxed. Right. The government doesn't know about this. It's $20 million straight to your fucking bank account. And you wouldn't.
Oh, that shit's gay. No.
You know what the funniest thing too is? Whenever I ask that to somebody, which I don't know why I ask a lot of people this question, they'll go, "For how long?" I'm like, "You're already gay, bro." The follow-up question isn't for how long.
Yeah, that's not your question.
That means you're already taking the $20 million, dude. Like, that's the wrong question to ask after. For how long, dude?
Yeah.
Did the person shower? Who is it? What do you mean, who is it? Does it matter? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't fucking know. It's RFK. Yeah, you like that. You know? It's $20 million. Like,
oh, good God.
Fuck, man. Support for today's episode comes from Square, your all-in-one business buddy that helps you sell, scale, and stay organized. Listen, whether you're running a cafe, salon, boutique, or building your dream business from scratch, Square makes it simple, my friends. Sleek, easy to use hardware, super intuitive point of sale software, tools to manage sales, inventory, and customers all in one place. And listen, honestly, I love when I walk into a shop or food truck and I see the Square. It tells me they got their shizzle together. And I know checkout's going to be smooth. So if you need an online store, boom, done in minutes. Taking payments, Square's got you. Cards, contactless, Apple Pay, the whole freaking deal. From weekend markets to full-on storefront, Square grows with your hustle. Square keeps up so you don't have to slow down. Get everything you need to run and grow your business without any long-term commitments. And why wait? Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/genius. That's SQARE.com/GO/genius. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
It's pretty fucking crazy. Like, kind of reading comments, it kind of goes to show like who are the ones who write the most on the internet. And some of the most like terrible people. Like why would you go into a comment, even if you believed it, and then go ahead and trash this woman? Like, what is the objective here, right? Because it's not as if like Cassie's the only person that's going to stand and talking about his crazy shit, right? If it was one person, I understand. Once it gets to like 600, you're probably inclined to believe the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't understand why there are so many just people just shitting on her. Like, it's a weird angle to take.
Why are you defending Diddy?
Yeah. What was he gonna do? Like, fuck you? Is that what you want? No, fuck him. Dude, this is funny ass clip.
Record contract.
Like Diddy doing like, it was like some type of speech at a university. And it's like he's talking to the professors that are a lot older. He's like, y'all look real young. You know, ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Happy 50th. Y'all know y'all gonna have to turn up tonight, right? All right now. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Y'all know how y'all was doing it back in 64. Dancing.
And then one of the guys are like, what the fuck? Like this.
Yeah. You gotta come to a Diddy party, like, bro.
And then LeBron said that too. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, what are you a part of, dude? I don't know. I do want to talk about this just because, like, I talked a little bit about it on the MMA podcast, and you guys understand that in the first season of The Last of Us,
right?
Huge fan.
Oh yeah,
huge fan of the first season.
We did a huge 2-episode breakdown of the first season.
Yeah,
timing was right, so we could do one half and then the second half.
Yeah,
later.
What do you think so far?
This season is making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
What do I think so far? It really made me reflect on my middle-agedness of, do I give a shit? Right? Do I care? Why? Because I'm watching this like, okay, so let me set it up. The Last of Us Part 2 was spoiled for me.
Okay.
Right? So I knew what was going to happen. Spoiler alert, guys. We're going to talk about what happens in The Last of Us Part 2. So I was saying, well, then, fuck it. I'll play the video game then, right? Because of our last podcast, you know, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be scared anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, I played it through, actually, this past couple weeks. And I literally couldn't understand the hubbub from 2020 when what happens to Joel happens, right?
Yeah.
Where people were like, oh, and it was such a thing, like this thing where I think it's the incel gamer community who obviously, that's what video games, they put you into this vicarious role of this hero-ish. So in part 1, you're playing as Joel, right? And so in part 2, when he's gone and now you have to play as Ellie, I think it made a lot of incel boys like, I gotta play as this girl, blah, blah, blah.
No, it's not a girl, though. It's a dad.
It's a dad.
So you're playing as a guy, dude. You're good. You guys are good, man.
Well, that part, that's another thing that, you know, it was already established in the first one that Ellie's gay.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, there's no, like, Ellie coming out of the closet or nothing. She's just gay.
Yeah.
You know? And there's this scene that's creating all the hubbub is we find out Dina is pregnant and Ellie goes, I'm going to be a dad. For me, when I saw that, I thought it was more or less like it was a gay joke. Like a butch lesbian joke.
So you would have been in the theater and you just cracked up.
Yeah,
and everybody's like, "What is this guy laughing about?"
Yeah, I thought that's what it was, like a butch butch gay joke. But what it was is like now all these people are like, oh my God, wokeism. It's woke for a girl to say that she wants to be a dad. But I was like, I thought that's what lesbians do. One of them wears the pants, right? Right?
I wonder if she's see that because I never played the game, right? So I have no reference into what people get angry about. So when I saw that scene, right, it did throw me off, right? Which I think was, from a writing standpoint, it's really stupid. Right?
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
It's very unnecessary. I don't like changes in things that doesn't lend to the script, right?
Yeah.
What did you adding the part where she goes, I'm going to be a dad? What did it do for the fucking show? What did it do for the story? It does nothing. It doesn't even do representation very well either. So it's like, it just felt really out of place.
I think it was unearned.
Yeah.
If there was a character trait we were learning and knowing about Ellie, because let's say it was more of a coming of age part of Ellie's life, and she was coming into her sexuality, and then she was accepting that she was a lesbian, and she had this relationship with Joel as a father figure that she looked up to, or all that, and then it would have paid off for her to say, I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Exactly.
She just says it.
Exactly.
That's where it's like unwise, and why people would be like, oh, woke bullshit again. It was just a bad line, I think.
Yeah, I think like the big contention that people have with the show is that they really don't like the dialogue in this season compared to the first, right? I think my problem with like a lot of the criticism too is that they're kind of conflating the issues in the writing and their kind of random representation shit that happened in that one moment to like conflating with, oh, she's a terrible actress. And I will die on this fucking hill. What the fuck are you talking about?
She's an amazing actress.
Dude.
When she goes back home and it's quiet and his jacket's there, that scene.
Crazy good.
How can you pull that out of like and say she's a bad actress?
This is what I'm saying. Like, dude, all the comments are like, dude, she's such a bad actress. Like, she's not even good. I'm like, you never complained in the first season. Where the fuck were you in the first season? Because I clearly remember people saying, dude, she's so good. It was a masterpiece. And now this season, because of that one fucking line, she's the worst actress you've ever seen. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah. That's where like you lose all credibility for me. You can go ahead and dislike the script writing, like kind of it deterring from the original source material. All that stuff I get to a certain extent, right? And then I'll agree with you to a certain extent. But when you start like dogging on her about her acting skills, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And it's also more or less that she doesn't look like Ellie in the video game, which is like, bro, like all these people who complain about what a video game character looks like why do you want to fuck a little girl video game character, you weirdo?
Also too, the new Ellie looks like a lesbian apocalypse girl. If so anything, is better casting.
Like the problem was her casting in season 1 is because she looks so much younger than she actually is, right? And that worked because she was supposed to play someone younger than she is.
Yeah.
Because that's what she looks like. A lot of people look so much younger, they get cast in younger roles. Well, what is that called? Like baby fat?
Yeah.
Faces? Like she looks older, but she hasn't lost much baby fat in the face, right? Which, like, hey, that's what she looks like, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand why you want this girl to be so cute.
Yeah, she doesn't look like the Ellie in the video game, who was based off of the girl who ran through walls in X-Men, who's Elliot now, Paige.
Oh, yeah.
That's who the video game was kind of modeled after.
Oh,
Ellie.
shit.
And I think because they're facing a lawsuit, when they updated it, they changed the way she looked more to be of a more less
Elliot Page looking. Yeah.
I mean, the complaints to me about them is, I think because Joel is gone and now there's these 2 young women who are leading this story.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of the men roll their eyes. Because how could they? It's like the way our friend, we have a friend, his brother-in-law says that he hates Forrest Gump Because there's no way a retard can touch everything and it turns to gold, right? I didn't say that. It's not my quote. This is what they say, right? And it's like, it's a fucking like movie. It's a feel-good thing. You're getting too much into it, right? And so when I'm looking at Last of Us Part 2, it's like turning into a YA genre, young adult genre, like the Mockingbird shit. What's that? Hunger Games kind of shit. Just plucky fucking that they don't know shit kids who are willing to give up their lives for something they may not understand.
Yeah.
I think that might bring a bit of cringe, but also they're fucking in the game. They're 19.
Yeah.
They are still kids. They're still technically teens who are figuring out themselves.
Yeah.
And so in the way the story, because the order of events is also different from the game and the TV show. The way they do it in the TV show, they use Ellie's immunity as like a metaphor for like sexuality, I think, in having to come out and say, I'm immune.
Yeah.
Right. And at the same time, Dana finally comes out as gay or bi at least. And then they have their backstories of, you know, her mom told her, you're not gay, you don't like girls kind of thing. And so she just went along with it, yada, yada, yada. So I understand that. But I really don't not like it.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I think the complaints are because the loudest voices on the internet are just tired of woke shit.
This is the interesting thing, right? Like I have thought about a lot of, like, I'm with people on the idea of like sometimes, because remember we spoke about this on this podcast, how being woke was never a negative thing originally, right?
Yeah.
It was basically a compliment. It's like, oh, like you actually have like a certain level of like social acuity, like you understand these things that a lot of people don't, which it never started that way, right? And then became a really bad thing. Once things kind of become commercialized for money, it's going to always go that way, right? Because the whole idea of like go woke, go broke happened because a lot of these companies were doing this. If we were going to bring it back into the idea of what it does for shows, it's like, it's not earned. None of this makes sense, right? So, for example, when Bud Light, whoever was doing the marketing there, they went woke. It was like, why? There was no reason for it. There was no lead up to it. There was no brand connection to that. Yeah. And it just fucking happened. So I do understand like why that line threw everybody off, right? Because already number one, when people are fans of things and they're diehard fans, they hate any type of deviation from source material. So that's already hard as it is, right? And then number two, you do a deviation that doesn't make sense, they're just going to dig their fucking teeth in even deeper.
I think that's probably the problem with this being an adaptation of a already huge property that millions of people have already seen, right? And so the way people are going to see it on TV, a lot of the voices are going to be the people who compare it to, you know, the video game. And then you have these grifters who just jump on the train and then they're like, oh, you know, this stupid woke TV show, they made Ellie gay in the TV show. It's like, she's gay in the game too.
Yeah.
You're grifter. You're just saying shit and you never played the game. You know? Yeah. You're not probably watching the show because why does it matter if she is gay or not?
Yeah. I think, and also too, just, you know, second season stuff always gets compared to the first one, right? And it's always going to be hard. Because the first season I thought was masterful. I thought it was so fucking amazing, right? And I still like the second season as well too. Yeah. It's just like, when you start complaining about things that have nothing to do with anything, you just kind of lose all of your credibility. And it's easy just to like dogpile on the bad things. You know what I mean? Because even with her, like, I feel so bad for her sometimes because I'm seeing all the stuff that's being written about her, and she's very young, right? She's still a she, right?
I think she goes by they.
Okay.
Them. Yeah.
Well, that is very.
I think that put on top of.
It's it just kind of like compiles over and over and over, and it's like stuff that I guess like online people hate a lot. But for me, when I'm watching a show, I don't give a fuck. I just want the show to be fucking good, right? As long as it makes sense. So with her, like the things I feel so bad about, or with them, For the sake of this podcast, I'm just gonna say she. All right, no disrespect. I'm a dad. I'm tired. Like I haven't slept. I'm gonna keep going back and forth on it. But either way, with her, like she,
Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Mental health awareness is super important. How many times do I have to tell you that your mental health is mental wealth and you matter? Every year, there's somebody that I meet where they're like, listen, I don't know who to talk to. I have all these thoughts, these feelings. Well, guess what? Talk to a therapist. And this is where BetterHelp can come in. This Mental Health Awareness Month, you should do what I've been doing with BetterHelp. Let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma. The world is better when people are healthy and happy. I've been using BetterHelp for quite a while now. And look, it's just awesome. It's right in my back pocket. I could use it whenever I want. And BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. We're all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/genius to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/genius.
like I keep reading all like the memes and stuff about her. I'm like, holy shit, you guys really fucking hate her, dude. Huh? Yeah. Like, I get it too. And look, it's not like I didn't pile on the jokes too. I said she's very easy to draw, which, listen, I stand by that statement. Like, I stand by that statement. And I kid you fucking not, I literally tried drawing her and it was very easy. It was very accurate. It just looked like a portrait. Yeah. But like, for her, dude, when they did that Buzz Lightyear meme, oh my God, dude. And I hate that it was just very accurate.
Yeah.
It looked very good. I was like, okay. She actually deleted her social media.
Cool. Yeah. Like, why? Why does, I mean, and this is always happening to women in media too, right? Yeah. That's not fair. I think it's fucked up.
Well, it's because they look at her and they're like, oh, we don't want to have sex with her. That's kind of like, that's like the weird thing that people do because they do the comparison. Look how pretty the other one was. She was what the fuck are you talking? What does it have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's not like her character in the show is supposed to be a fucking bombshell. Mm-hmm. What are you, she's not one of the Bond girls. It's a girl in a post-apocalyptic fucking world where they're trying to survive.
You know what's not in the game is the attack on Jackson with all the zombies attacked city. That doesn't happen in the game.
Nobody complained.
Yeah. It literally is a huge deviation from the game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. You know?
That's what I'm saying. It's just a weird, I don't know, man. I don't like it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like...
You don't like the complaints?
The complaints.
Same. Because people aren't, I mean, maybe it's us. They're not reviewing it and speaking on it for what it is as a story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're talking about the poor actress and they're making fun of her and then like one line, you know, and it's been how many episodes? 5 episodes.
And they won't let it go.
They can't let it go.
Like, move on.
Yeah.
And I bet you they're still watching the show. So talk about the stuff that you like about it, right? I still think it's a great season. I think people are tripping. Like I said, once it got into the point where they're saying she was a bad actress, I'm like, no credibility. We're done here. Like, we're done here. Because if you can't criticize her about her acting, like that's fucking that's unreal to me. Because when I saw her in the first season, I was like, oh, this girl's fucking really good.
It's fucked up because they also now have a new screenshot meme of her. Have you seen it? She's pointing a gun and her mouth is kind of crooked. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny ass screenshot from the show. Mm-hmm. But then it's like the way they're using it to bully her and say, oh my God, look at her. Because in the game, obviously you're not seeing Ellie scared and shooting people. You're controlling her.
Yeah.
Right? But she is legitimately scared as she's acting. Like in the behind the scenes, she's saying that train scene, like, I'm really scared. These people in makeup freak me out.
Yeah.
And she was literally like freaking out as she was acting.
How it should be.
Yeah. And then they screenshot one frame where she looks kind of dumb. It's funny, and it's just unfair for her.
Did you also see her interview where one of the crew members like diagnosed her with like autism?
No, I did not.
So she was talking about this. She goes, "Yeah, I found out that like I'm autistic. Like and I thought she went to like a doctor or something, but it was like one of the crew members that saw like certain behavioral things, and she goes, "Oh, I think I have this." And I'm like, "Who the fuck is this random PA that walked up and was like, hey, you got autism, dude?" And then she was like, "Oh, maybe. Like, who the fuck are you?"
And then make it part of their identity.
Yeah.
I worked with a couple coworkers who self-diagnosed themselves as well, and It was really annoying to hear in the back of my head as I'm just like doing my own thing. I didn't want to go in there and be like, go make a fucking appointment and da da da.
Now.
It's like, is that what they do? They say, yeah, I'm autistic in this area, da 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 da.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but then the other girl listening to her was like, maybe I'm autistic.
Oh
too.
my God, dude.
You know?
I don't get it, dude. Why do y'all want to be that way? It's like, I just I don't understand why that's a part of your wish list. Like if you had, like what is it?
Dear Santa, please make me
Like
autistic.
if you were in Aladdin and you found that fucking lamp, the first thing you wish for, give me the tism. Is that what you want? You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, so, you're like, you make a wish where you say, please make me really good at blackjack. And next thing you know, you're a Rain Man.
I know.
Yep.
It's just a weird thing for people to bond with, right? I don't understand it at all. And like I said, we talked about in the previous podcast where that's just kind of what people, like a younger generation, they're kind of bonding in a weird way, right? Where they're bonding with everything that they shouldn't bond with, in my personal opinion, right? They go, what trauma do you have? Oh, I had that trauma too.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's keep talking about this trauma. And nobody's really trying to heal from it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they just want to, it's almost like when you develop friendships by talking shit about somebody, where that's all you do.
Oh, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when that enemy disappears, you find out that, oh, we're actually not friends.
Yeah.
We have nothing in common. We have nothing to talk about. And the only thing we bonded on was this like mutual hate for this individual.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where you're left with.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like when I have these, like when I overhear these conversations with young people where they talk about everything that they might have as an ailment. It's almost like they're wishing it upon themselves. And there's like people who just, because they're not a part of these conversations, they want to talk about some of their trauma that doesn't exist, right? And we've also talked about this with like rich people.
Yeah.
Like rich people want to bond with you about stuff they've never experienced, and they're trying to connect with this. It's like, you don't have to do this. Like we talk about being poor and getting our ass beat. You don't have to find the thing in your life to be like, oh, I got beat up once too. It's like,
I had ramen once.
Yeah.
I ate out of a cup.
dude, shout outs to fucking instant ramen too, man. Like if it didn't kill me, I would eat that shit every fucking meal, dude. I love instant ramen. Korean ramen is one of the most best thing. If I were to die tomorrow, an instant pack of ramen would be in there.
You know what someone needs to make is like a seasoning packet that has protein. I think instant ramen needs more protein in it to be a complete meal.
They had this company who developed this like low carb, high protein ramen. And let me tell you something, dude. Fucking garbage.
Yeah, I bet.
Dude, holy shit. What were you thinking? Like the commercials are great. They're like, oh, have you ever had ramen? And why can't it just be good for you? Well, we've done it. We've made a garbage tasting piece of shit that has high protein and low carbs. Fuck your product, dude. I don't eat ramen for the health reasons. I eat it because I want it to taste good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I love Shinramen Black. Like that is just such a good classic. That with American cheese and like ham in it.
Yeah.
Fucking delicious, dude.
I don't know what it is. Like, I usually hate seafood and seafood flavor, but nogori is...
It's the noodles.
Yeah, the noodles, the thick type noodles.
The nogori noodles are so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
It's literally... It's like one of the ramens that deviate from the original type of noodles. It's thicker. It's chewier.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so fat, dude. I want that shit right now.
Spaghetti now.
Do you know what I realized? The way Asian people like camping, not for the forestry. We like it because of the food.
The eating, yeah.
The eating.
Eating the junk.
Have you ever gone camping with like white people?
I went on a white people-ish type of camping, yeah.
Their food is hella different from ours.
Yeah.
Not in terms of like cuisine wise, but how much effort they put into their food is different from Asian people.
When they're out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so fucking different. So I went camping with it was like it was a church that I went with. It was a mixed group, right? But it was majority white, mixed with other people too. And we went camping, and they had the typical stuff: hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks. And I was just like, it is interesting because when we go camping as a kid, like I could pudejjigae,
Yeah.
ramen cups for snacks. We have steak. We have hamburgers as well, but then we'll have kimchi fried rice. We'll have all this other like dishes.
Yeah.
It's like, it's literally one of the best meals you can ever have. And all we do before we prep, we might not prep our fucking camping gear that great, right? But we prep our food like fucking crazy.
True.
And so when I did camping with some of Mario's friends, and then I was like, I'll take care of the food. They're like, holy shit, like this is how you camp? I'm like, yeah, how do you guys do it? Like, we were just gonna cook hot dogs. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? It's a whole ordeal. I made like corn cheese, the Korean corn cheese.
Yeah.
We did like bacon wrapped dog. I did and then for dinner I did like carne asada, like tacos. I did chorizo tacos. We did I did the elote, but I crusted it with like Takis, like grounded up Takis. Yeah. It's important for me to eat every fucking meal like it's my last day on earth when I camp.
That sounds like a hell of a trip, though.
Dude, it was. I just thought that's how everybody did camping. Because I remember as a kid, whenever we went camping, my mom would cook up a fucking storm, and we would just be eating all day. Mm-hmm. And I found out with this other group, they're like, "Let's go explore and do this." I'm like, "But
what?
We're supposed to go eat."
Yeah. I can recall those kind of camping trips where it's just like so much food, and they bring the plates. There's a giant like tub for kimchi for everybody else.
Yep. And then we would have the fucking kogoma, the Korean sweet potatoes or the Japanese sweet potatoes. You wrap it up in foil and you throw it into like the embers. Fucking delicious, man. Y'all gotta go camping with like a Asian or Vietnamese family. The Vietnamese people, fucking crab boil.
Right.
Every time. Fucking bomb as shit, dude. So anytime there was like a Vietnamese graduation, a Filipino party or something like that, I would always invite myself even though I wasn't supposed to be there. Just because it was the best food. Shout out to my friend Tuyet. Whenever somebody in her family would like graduate or something would happen, they would throw these family parties, and it was the best. Her mom could cook up a storm, dude. We would always have fresh oysters too. Right. So we would shuck the oyster. You hate it, but shuck the oysters, or they would grill it over a fire. It was amazing, man. Like I love Asian camping. Asian camping is the shit, dude.
Dude, the only part for me with camping is I can't sleep. Camping, like sleeping while camping, is like something I just don't. There's
you don't like the crickets, the loud,
all sorts of things. I don't know what it is, but I just don't sleep well while I'm camping. I just expect to maybe sleep an hour or two, and then like.
I couldn't sleep because every time we did a church camping trip, they always tell fucking ghost stories.
Right.
I hated that shit, dude. It would fuck me up.
The church stories. Did they used to like prank you too when you were sleeping?
Yes, I was one of the prankers.
Shaving cream.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So many dicks on faces.
Yeah.
So many dicks on faces, dude. Every time, dude, we did it to this one guy that was a Korean fob. He was so mad because I don't think he understood like the jackass type of humor that we had at church.
Right.
So he was so angry at everybody. He's like, "That's a so disrespect." Why? Who drew a penis on my face? This is not all right. We come here to praise Jesus. This is a poor God, and you drew a gochu on my face. Yeah. Like, why you do that one? Why you do that one? He got so fucking mad, but we didn't understand because we're like, this is a part of the hazing.
Right.
Like, you don't understand that. If I don't draw a penis on your face, that means we're not friends. Like, this is how
you're rejecting my friendship.
Yeah, like, you're wrong, dude. He was so fucking angry.
I was one of those though. I got angry. I think the first time it was like, oh, you guys got me. Like, I don't remember why, but when I was in 8th grade, for some reason, I wanted to see how long my big toenail can get.
Yeah.
Someone clipped it while I was asleep. That was their prank on me. They clipped my toenail.
Ed, nobody is supposed to know that you're growing out a blade from your foot, dude.
I don't know how they figured it out. And then there was like, well, clip this off. I had like shaving cream all over my face and I'm washing. And then I just felt like my toe felt really fresh. I'm looking at it like, that's weird. They cut my toenail.
That wasn't even a part of the prank. They were just doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Like, oh, poor Ed. He's worshiping God all day. He forgot to cut his toenail. And they clipped it for you. And you're like, dude, what the fuck?
I was saving that for later.
Why were you growing your toenail?
8th grade. I have no clue. I just was curious. Like, what happens if I just grow it? I think it was like, it wasn't even half an inch left, but it was getting pretty damn long. But the insane thing is that I slept through it.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
That's so rad. You know, when you're at that age, you do like a lot of weird shit.
You
too.
just do weird shit. I remember like as a kid, I would like just play with eggs. Like crack it open and just play with an egg.
This is why your parents were mad at that teacher conference. Like, my kid is not stupid.
Yeah.
And your dad started cycling through things. God, he grew out his toenail. He's juggling eggs. Is my kid dumb? Dude, fucking balancing a fucking hard-boiled egg with your toenail shit.
It's true. I used to just do random shit. And then later in life, I'm thinking like my dad would make me do random shit. Like he'd call me and tell me to go wash the pond. I'm like, what do you mean wash the pond? So it's like, get in there, get inside we had a pond in our backyard, and then like get a rock and a brush and wash the rocks. And I'm like, there are like thousands of rocks in here. And then he didn't care. He wanted me to do it.
Dude.
Right? And then later,
What the fuck?
like, what is this? What job is this? It's one of his meth jobs. It's just, he's on meth and he's like, I gotta
he
do
gives you a
this.
scissor, go mow the lawn.
Yeah. What?
The fuck? And then he gets mad at you for even asking why.
Yeah.
That's such a good Korean parent.
That kind of like bullshit. Like, why am I doing this?
Hey,
Don't you want me to do my homework?
No, I want you. Go pick every leaf off this tree.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you, Mr. Miyagi? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do this for?
Random. Like, there was jobs I enjoyed. Like, I used to come home from school and chop wood into pieces to burn for our house, right? I was into that. I cut fucking hundreds of pieces of wood. And I think he just thought, oh, he just likes doing repetitive shit. So go watch these rocks.
Your dad is so fucking funny, dude. He's like looking at you like, I'm going to do my kid a favor.
Yeah.
Right, go wash some rocks. Fucking meth head dad. All right, guys, that wraps up this episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. Shout outs to Dads on Meth. You can catch Ed at Ed Park VP and Manga Biata and Genius Brain every Sundays at 12 p.m. Peace.